What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Warehouse Series. So guys, if you're not a subscriber, if you could do that, I sincerely appreciate it. Leave any comments and give me a thumbs up. If you want to join Discord, that link is in the description below. So today I'm talking about planning ahead. I'm going to give you a quick layout of our warehouse. We have 5 starting points. I'm sure a lot of you guys in your warehouse, you have starting points in your warehouse. We have 5. We have 20 al, which is the start of our dairy. That's juices, and it goes into cheeses, cookie doughs, and all things of that nature, butter and yogurt. And then the second starting point in our dairy section is the eggs. And we go from eggs, and we also hit the back end of that yogurt al. So the third starting point is our 40 al. That's the start of our produce, and that is apples, oranges, melons, strawberries, all your berries, raspberries, all that stuff going into the lettuce, going into the salad dressings, mushrooms, things of that nature. Our fourth starting point is 60 al. We have 2 al's in our wet room. That is all of our broccoli, cabbages, asparagus, all your greens and stuff, to that nature. And then our fifth starting point is our warm room, which is 80 al. And that is our potatoes, yams, sweet potatoes, peppers, tomatoes, pineapples, mangoes. So now that you got a quick idea of what our warehouse is like, I want to say that at the beginning of every order, you have your headset. If you have a headset, it tells you how many cases you are going to have on that order at how many pick locations. So if I'm in 20 al, and let's throw an example up, let's say I have 200 cases at 130 pick locations, and I'm in the 20 al, I know that I'm probably gonna have a lot of butter. We're coming up on Thanksgiving, and that's probably gonna be a large quantity of my product. So I wanna keep that in mind when I know I'm coming up on the butter. I wanna save a part on my pallet for that. I wanna build appropriately to get to that butter. And then if I was in 29 al, I know right off the get, I'm probably going to have a lot of eggs. If I was in 40 al, I'm probably going to have a lot of berries. Seems like, mixed fruits and stuff to that nature. The berries are a big thing. So I know I'm probably going to have a lot of strawberries. If I was in 60 al, I know I'm going to have a lot of, whatever. At 60 al, you probably wouldn't get a large quantity during the holidays. Maybe broccolis and corn. Corn's not in season. But you start to learn what you need. 80 al, it's going to be potatoes. We're going to have a lot of potatoes going out, and that's right at the beginning. So you start to learn every holiday what goes out heavy. And another way, I mentioned this before, another way you could do that is looking at other people's pallets. So when you first come out, you can either check out the pallets on the dock and see what's going out heavy, take a look and see if you see any large quantities, or see what people are throwing. Okay, so if you're getting ready to, in our warehouse, if I'm getting ready to throw a 40 al, I'm looking at everyone coming out of the 43 al. And if I see them everybody's getting large quantities of strawberries, they're all grabbing strawberries, well, I'm going to plan for a large quantity of strawberries. More than likely, I'm getting those strawberries. So like in this picture right here, I just drew a little square around where I would leave that completely open, and I would build 2 towers of strawberries right off the bat, right in the back of that pallet. So I'm going to leave a corner of my pallet empty. I'm going to build like an L shape and leave that corner open for those strawberries. Because if you don't leave a section open and you start trying to put strawberries all over your pallet, it's going to look like crap. I mentioned before that in the produce section at our warehouse, we call them stack a lot, tie in if we can. This pallet right here is actually how we build in our pallet in our warehouse, straight up and down columns, just wrap if needed. It's easier for you to build. You make your times quicker. And it's also going to be easier for them to break down at the store. So there is no harm in column stacking. So the last thing I want to talk about is knowing what's coming up in your order. So I see people that have a little opening in the middle of their pallet, and they'll take a case and shove in, that does not even fit. They'll shove it in there, and what's it going to do? It's just going to move all your other cases out, and now you're coming beyond that imaginary line, and now you're making unsturdy sides or whatever it is. And so I will build around that gap until I know I'm going to get the case that I need. Guys, you know that there's probably cases that 90% of the time you throw that order, you're getting that type of case. So I know it's coming, and that's how I fill in a lot of my gaps. I'm patient. I build around that little section. I will never force a case in where it doesn't fit. So knowing what's coming up in your order is another thing to, don't just select it, think about it whenever the time comes. Know what's coming. I hope I'm making sense. Know what's coming up in your order to know what's going to fit where. And that comes with time. All this stuff comes with time. Guys, if you're in your training weeks or you're just out of your training weeks, I don't expect you to know all this. That's why these videos are on YouTube. You come back anytime you want and watch these videos. And, as you get further and further on into selection. So quick video today. I hope the stuff makes sense that I'm talking about. I want your pallets looking like this. This was off of Discord. Someone sent us this. They look like they used a shovel to do this. Guys, I give the guy credit for trying to wrap a pallet like this, but, plan ahead. This is just a funny picture I threw on the thumbnail. All right, guys, I'll talk to you next time. Have a good one.